Recording in progress.
Welcome back. I am Terry Ann Porter, life coach, TA. I've been looking back at my calendar and I realize that this year is nearly over. In thinking about it, I started to process all the things that I accomplished last year. I know. I need to focus on what I've accomplished, but the inner critic inside me kind of intertwined itself in there, and I started to focus on the mistakes I've made. Ugh. Now I can't quit thinking about them. No one is immune to making mistakes. But what is important is learning from the mistakes. By gaining knowledge and experience from our little slip ups, we become more capable of navigating life's ups and downs with minimal stress and anxiety. So today, while I'm drinking my pomegranate infused white tea, I would like to share a few tips I've learned from working through my mistakes, and some of the different blunders, maybe, but how you can use these to create a better version of yourself. So let's get started. First and foremost, own your mistake. The first step in working through any mistake is learning, and learning from it is to admit to it. It's not easy owning up to our oversights, but it's part of the process of growth and self-discovery. Try not to make excuses to justify your actions. I have to admit, it's a lot easier to hide behind some lame excuse or even to blame someone else for what just happened. We're all afraid of being criticized and judged. I know, me too. But when we do that, we only feel good for a little while. Because soon after that, the guilt is going to start to eat away. So while it's difficult to do, hold yourself accountable. You'll be better in the long run. It'll give you some peace of mind. Plus, you'll gain the respect of your peers and you'll even respect yourself. The second thing is perspective. Shift your perspective. I always say everything starts with perspective. How are you looking at that mistake? Consider Thomas Edison. Why did Thomas Edison have no problem failing all the times he did through his career? Because he didn't see his mistakes and failures as something bad, something to be ashamed of. No, he saw them as an opportunity to learn. If he'd been afraid of what people might say about his repeated mistakes when he was inventing the light bulb, he would not have made history. The same goes for hundreds of successful people. Consider J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter series. You know, her first book was rejected 12 times before it was accepted, and look what it became. With each rejection, she didn't just throw it away. She kept working on it, changing maybe the way she presented it or how it was displayed. Different things she learned along the way for each one to become the series that it did. You see, we don't normally focus on the journey people take to get to their success. We just see that they are a success and that it just happened. We don't think about all the mistakes that made along the way and what they had to do to fix them. Excuse me. Third, stop dwelling on the past. It's only natural to find yourself fixated on that time you spilled coffee all over your presentation, or maybe when you stumbled your way up the stairs, nearly ran into your boss. Dwelling on the past, overthinking, those are two of the biggest barriers to getting through your mistakes. Dwelling on them has a negative effect on your self esteem. You become so fixated and apprehensive, and this holds you back from moving forward. When you feel like your negative self talk is taking over, you have to make a conscious effort. Choose to change your perspective. Make a conscious effort to stop it before it gains momentum. Show yourself the same kindness and empathy that you would show a friend. Now, the best way to do that is to make peace with your mistakes. You can't change what happened. It happened. It's over. Learn from it. Use what you learned to avoid making the same mistake in the future. So while you're avoiding making the same mistake in the future, my final suggestion, make new mistakes. It does not matter how old you are or what position you hold in your family or your workplace, you will make mistakes. It's all a part of being human. The only thing you can do is to make the most of your mistake and use it as a learning tool. This way, you'll minimize the impact on your mental and emotional health, and you'll be able to pick up the pieces much more efficiently. When you mess up, own it. Change your perspective on it and use it as a learning experience. Then move forward. Don't dwell on it. And accept that you are going to make another mistake. It's inevitable. It's life. It's okay. I once heard an employer respond when a customer made a complaint about one of his employees. He said, "Yes, he made a mistake. It's okay. We'll work on it. If he didn't make any mistakes, then I would know that he wasn't working and he wasn't trying." This week, I encourage you, take a deep breath, drink your tea, acknowledge your mistakes, and move on. Until next week, I am Terry Ann Porter, wishing you a terrific week.